Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. What we're looking at is right here on the screen. We have our next Dokkan Fest exclusive. Ultimate Gohan is now coming to Global, and he's going to be here within the next 3 or 4 days. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into an analysis, break this down. Should you summon? You'd be crazy not to. I'm just going to start off with that. But this unit's amazing. He's got some great support units that are going to be coming out with him. And he's also going to be it's a good banner. It's going to be a decent little celebration, a little change up that's going to be for us as opposed to the dryness that we've had from the worldwide celebration, which it's been a great celebration. Of course, there's been a lot of new units that have come out, but come on, let's be honest. Everybody's been struggling for something to do. Unless you've been grinding up those key links, which, man, I've been working on that, and that is painful, painful, painful. I still have yet to get anybody that's completely maxed out. But I'm one of those types that doesn't use stones. I'm kind of a free-to-play when it comes to actually playing the game. When it comes to summoning, a little bit differently. Anyway, this is courtesy of DBZ Space right here, so a big shout-out to them. This is the in-game announcement for our boy Gohan that's going to be coming. It's just basically telling us that they're going to be closing the event for a little while, for 2 days, and while they're preparing it for the new one to come out. So shout-out to DBZ Space. This is the in-game footage, like I said, so you can take a look at it if you want to. And then right away, let's go ahead and just jump on in. Let's take a look at what his banner looks like on the Japanese version. Now, I say that because I really do believe that this is going to be changed. I would be absolutely shocked if they change no units on this banner. Mainly reason because our boy Bardock here. We just had him on Global with this worldwide celebration. He's come out twice now. That's his second time. Since his initial banner back in May when the Saiyan Day happened. But somebody that we have not had in a while and had not had since February, I can feel like it's finally about time to sneak back into another banner, which is our boy Future Gohan. Perfectly lines up. It's Gohan, 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 so that you actually have a Gohan-style banner. And, of course, then you got his dad here in the background, all memes and jokes aside, Piccolo. I think he'll stay on the banner because we've only had him one other time since his initial banner. So, this is what it looked like on Japanese. The two new units are the two amazing units. Gohan is far and beyond. It's hard to say, but I would say he's definitely probably one of, if not the best TUR in the game, non-LR. He's amazing, and we're going to look at why. Supreme Kai, oh my gosh, this guy is. I've got him on the Japanese version, and he's nuts. We're going to take a look at him too. But so then the banner was Bardock, Piccolo, Kid Gohan, or Goku, who I could see still staying on the banner just because it kind of goes with the theme a little bit. Metal Cooler, he's a wild card. They could swap him out. They could keep him. He's not been on a whole lot of banners on the Global. And it's been a while, I believe, since we've had him. I think maybe it was STR Cooler. I'd have to go back and look at that. But he's not been out in a while. Of course, they're going to leave Ultimate Gohan, the old one, on there. I'm really surprised, though, looking at this again for the first time since his banner on the Japanese version. They don't have Int Gohan on here. Usually they go ahead and throw in the other one. You have like the old STR one, but usually they throw in the Intelligence one as well. Or with this style of a banner, they'd have both of the old units. But, you know, I mean, that could be something they decide to do to us, which would kind of suck at this point, honestly. But I definitely will see them changing Bardock. I would be shocked. We'll go ahead and mark that down right now. If they don't change Bardock, you guys can call me out on this. I have a feeling it's going to be Future Gohan. He's not been back. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at these two new banner units, and then we're also going to look at what else comes along with this celebration. First of all, if you guys haven't done so yet and you're enjoying the content, I need to throw the plug in now while you guys are still watching. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Overkill Nation today. And if you like this kind of content, if you like this analysis and breakdown, consider hitting that like button. You know, let me know. It all helps. You know, it builds up confidence in what I need to do and what you guys like and what you don't like. So if you guys don't give me any feedback, I'm just going to keep putting out videos the way I want to. Anyway, so here is Gohan. This is his awakened state. He comes out with a new category, Saviors, which we're going to take a look at here in a second. It's kind of iffy, but it is there. He's also a Hybrid Saiyans category leader. He's Ki +3, HP plus 130%, and then attack and defense plus 170%. This, in my opinion, is probably one of the better leader skills because if you have a high defense, you don't really need the HP. So, therefore, it helps boost a lot of units that maybe lack in the passive skills of defense. So, I prefer this kind of leader skill over the other ones. His super attack is the Z Sword Slash. He greatly raises attack and defense permanently. Greatly raising attack and defense permanently is insane because you literally, when you get to those longer events, after just a couple turns, he's not taking damage. And another reason why he's not taking damage is because, when you look at his passive skill, he gets attack and defense plus 140%, but he's guarding all attacks, which is an ungodly passive skill. Any other units that's had that have still in this day are still really good in events, except for like Extreme Super Battle Road, because they already have type advantage. But if you're guarding all attacks, you're not taking damage. You're always going to have the negative effect against your character. So they're just far and beyond the better units. Another good thing about this unit is that at the start of every turn, up to 3 turns basically that he's on rotation, he's building up 1 key. So he gets a total of 3 key at the end of 3 turns there that he's on rotation, which is amazing because Gohan has always struggled with links that are actually able to give him key to be able to continuously land his super attacks. With all the olds, Ultimate Gohan, the strength one, he was like probably far and beyond the worst as far as like the category leads because he could never get his super attack off unless you built the entire team around him, and he was always susceptible to not perking his passive skill, so he was always iffy. But then, of course, the Ultimate Gohan, the original one, the intelligence type, he was decent because you only had to get 8 key, so that made up for the fact that he didn't have any great links. He had shocking speed, but there was a lot of units back then that didn't have that. A lot of the better units that you used had Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash. So I like what they did with this Gohan because they gave him key, so he's self-sufficient, so you don't have to build a team around him. You can just bring him along with any team that he's on, and he's going to be able to at least get key for himself. And then the rest of your rotation, you can build however you want to be able to make sure they link up. So he also, another thing with him is you want him to be in the first slot. They kind of conditioned it to be that way because he gets an additional attack plus 40% when he gets attacked. Because he's always got his guard active, and it should have just been when he's attacked. I don't know why they had to put when the guard is activated because it's always active. His active skill, which allows him to transform, is not that difficult. He gets it. All you have to do is there's no conditions, just 5 turns. 5 turns, which makes it super simple to be able to get it. You're going to see him transform in pretty much all fights. You can see him transform in Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road. He's going to be able to do that. His link skills are Brainiacs, All in the Family, the Saiyan Lineage, Cold Judgment, Revival, Power Bestowed by God, and Fierce Battle. Decent links to say the least. He has a lot of links that he shares with both a lot of Goku cards, and he also has some that he shares with Piccolo cards. So he's going to be, the Cold Judgment one is insane, as we saw with the TN showcase, getting that 20% defense. When you have the max level link sets, they really changed the game a little bit. So the categories that he's on: Hybrid Saiyans. Obviously, he's the leader for that one. Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Goku's Family, Siblings Bond, Revenge, Rapid Growth, and his new category, Saviors. Those are a lot of teams. He's a lot like the Agility Gohan, the Super Saiyan 2. Gohan, they love Gohan. He's always going to be fitting on a million different categories, so he's very versatile, and he's going to work great on all these teams. So let's go ahead and take a look at his category, the Saviors one. Obviously, he's the only leader for it at the moment. They kind of based it on... It was kind of weird, honestly. So the way they look at it is anybody that just showed up at the last second to be able to help save somebody. The reason why Hercule fits on this is because without him, the Earthling or Saiyans, Vegeta and Goku would not have been able to defeat Majin Buu. So they counted him on the saviors. Majub, he shows up at the last second to help save Goku from Baby and Pan and all them. So Vegeta, same thing. He saves Goku when he's fighting Omega Shenron. And without him, they wouldn't have been able to fuse. And then, of course, they threw Trunks on there for the simple fact that he shows up and just annihilates Frieza and King Cold. He saves the Z Fighters in a way. But there are some decent units on this category. It's one of those ones that's kind of like... I don't want to fault Dokkan for doing it, but a lot of their units that they've been pumping out here lately, their categories are very wonky and they're very weird. I don't know who's the one in charge of making those, but they need to kind of get their act together a little bit. Like, I do love the fact that this Goku's on here, though. The Super Saiyan Transforming Goku. He's really good, and he needs more categories. This is a good one for him. Our boy Tien, as you can see, is also on this category. I'm interested to see how well he does. And does he fit with, no, Krillin nor Piccolo are on there. So he's going to be not hitting as hard. This Gohan will probably link up pretty well with him because he's got Cold Judgment. And he's also got, shoot, what was the other link? He's got Cold Judgment, and he's also got, yeah, that's it, never mind. So he'll link up, at least for defense-wise. But yeah, so the category is definitely weird. It could have been better. I think there's a lot of more instances they could have used this. I'm really interested to see what kind of this goes back to the thing that I've always been keep talking about is the Saiyan saga. They need to give us a Saiyan saga because a Goku that comes back that does the Kaioken, he'll be amazing. What's interesting though is that there is no Goku on here that uses the Kaioken, except for the one from the Frieza saga. That makes no sense because Goku literally came and saved the day and fought off Vegeta and Nappa, but he's not on the category. Again, that's why I'm saying some of these categories have become really wonky. So, it's neither here nor there. So, Gohan, when he transforms, we'll go ahead and take a look at his transformation now. He greatly raises attack for one turn and causes immense damage to the enemy with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. But then he gets absolutely insane with his passive. And what's crazy is that the longer that you keep Gohan as a teen, that continuously stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks. And that transfers over when he does transform. So he gets a Ki +3 in attack and defense plus 158%, still guards all attacks, and he gets an additional 58% when guard is activated. So if you got him in the first slot and he gets hit, he's getting an extra 58%. It's on top of his already insane numbers. Then his attacks are effective against all types when facing one enemy whose HP is 58% or more, or when there's a Majin Buu category out enemy. So basically, any events that you're taking on after you transform him, he's going to be able to do type advantage attack against any kind of intelligence type, or any type really. That's going to be able to just it's a really good perk because they made it to where it's only one enemy. So you're going to see that in most Dokkan events. It works in the Legendary Goku event. It'll work sometimes in Super Battle Road if you've eliminated other enemies. His links turn into Infighter, All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Power bestowed by God, and Fierce Battle. So some of his other lesser links become some more prominent ones. So like right here, the level 10 gives attack plus 10%, which he doesn't need the attack, but you know it really helps. And of course he'll have Shocking Speed, so he'll be able to get a little bit extra Ki if you can link him up with the other Ultimate Gohans, which will help out the team immensely at that point. So he has all the same links that I believe the Strength STR Ultimate Gohan has, so they're great link partners. And maybe it'll help out the STR one. He'll eventually get an Easy A somewhere down the line, probably a year or so, or 2 years from here. But, you know, he's going to be a good unit nonetheless. So, that's our boy Gohan. Again, you should definitely summon on this banner. I would not pass it up because we do have the thank you celebration that will be coming out in November with the Gotenks and the Majin Buu. But Gohan is definitely worth that. So, his supporting character is pretty insane. Supreme Kai and Kibito, needless to say, what they did was nice. You know, they gave us another Patora category, except they gave it for Ki +4, HP attack and defense plus 100%. So they gave you extra Ki, dropped off the percentage a little bit on how much you're going to get. He greatly raises defense for one turn, causes supreme damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy. His passive skill is situational awareness. Ki +2, attack and defense plus 120%. Attacked enemies attack and defense minus 30% for 2 turns. High chance of evading enemies attack, including super attack, and recovers 10% of HP at the end of the turn. What? That is so much stuff to think about, like in a rotation. But they're doing so much that all they're doing is like really just almost ensuring victory. The high chance of evading enemies attack is just a broken mechanic. You can see that with Whis, you can see that with Vados, you can see that with UI Goku. Like, there's so many units now that are getting this high chance of evading that it's making them like really broken. He's self-sufficient by giving himself Ki. He's weakening the enemy for 2 turns. He's recovering HP. They did a lot with this man. His links are Telekinesis, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Master of Magic, Godly Power, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle. He fits on the Realm of Gods, Majin Buu, Patora, and Joined Forces categories. Whew! Okay. So let's take a look. This is the cool thing about him. He can literally transform turn 1. You don't have to wait. If you want to, you can go straight to Kibito Kai. His big difference is that he gets a perk with he gets a boost to his attack and defense. He doesn't hurt as bad, but he loses his chance to dodge. I just would keep this unit as Kibito and Supreme Kai, just because they do so much more in the other end, and that defense and attack that you're getting isn't that big of a drop off with him. But he greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, causes supreme damage, and seals the enemy super attack, which is the big difference. And then he gets to keep plus 3 in attack and defense plus 150%. He loses 10% when he attacks the enemy. Okay. All enemies attack and defense minus 20%, so it changes to everybody. Stuns the attacked enemy for 2 turns once only. Could be very useful in Super Battle Road if you're absolutely you're getting really close to finishing the event and you need to transform him. Then you'll be able to get a stun so you can save yourself a turn. But he still recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn. It becomes power bestowed by God, solid support, cold judgment, master of magic. Then he gets fused fighter, supreme power, and fierce battle. So his links don't change too drastically; just 2 of them change. So you're getting telekinesis becoming power bestowed by God, and then fused fighter comes from godly power. It's kind of a weird trade-off there, but anyway, so that's going to be Kibito Kai and Supreme Kai, or Kibito and Supreme Kai. That unit's just, it's nuts. If you get them, don't be disappointed because they're really helpful for Super Battle Road. So with this, though, we're going to be getting a new events and stuff like that that's going to be coming out. You're going to be getting awakenings for a couple of characters that have been out for a while now, including this West Supreme Kai. She gets a Dokkan Awakening from the medals from the Gohan event, and she becomes absolutely necessary for a Realm of Gods category if you really needed any more help there. But she's a Realm of Gods category key, plus 4 HP attack and defense, plus 100%. So you could almost run like a Realm of Gods category where you don't have any Saiyans or any Rosés or Zamasus, because they've given us so many Kais now that you're able to, or even the Angels even, you can run a pretty crazy team without having to have any of those pesky Saiyans on your team. Her super attack is still the same. It's the Sacred Light Bullet. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to enemy. Her passive skill is attack and defense plus 100%. Guards all attack within the same attack turn after receiving an attack. And then Realm of Gods category allies attack and defense plus 40% and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 10%. That's nuts. So she's actually getting 140% attack and defense. So she's going to be able to sustain herself and protect you. But she's also given a boost to all the other Realm of Gods category characters that you have on your team. And then giving them a chance to be able to perform a critical hit. That's a really good skill. Just because you don't have to worry about necessarily the hit potential system all the time, because you're going to have that 10% that's already procced. Her link skills are Battlefield Diva, the Innocence, Courage, Shocking Speed, Godly Power, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle. Categories are pretty simple. Realm of Gods, Majin Buu, Patora. She's good. If you have her, which a lot of people probably do, I've got mine rainbowed. I'm ready for this card. She's got pretty decent stats. Nothing crazy. But she is just a summonable unit that's on every banner. But she's good. If you have her, definitely awaken her. But going on to the next event. So we're going into the Goku's friends, or Goku and friends are back. So they went ahead and they're going to go ahead and give us an awakening for both Tarble and for Gotenks from that event. They awaken from the medals from that event. So they're going to give us, I think, 2 new stages that goes along with it. The first one being Tarble here. Siblings Bond category. He's got just, the base free-to-play stats that you can get to it. Causes supreme damage to enemies and raises allies' attack for plus 25% for 1 turn. So they want you to use him in the first slot. Maybe for a free-to-play team, that's not bad, but you're obviously not going to really use him in any hard events. Changes strength key spheres to agility ones. Attack and defense plus 60% and a chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, plus 30 when there are 2 or more Vegeta's family category allies on the team. This part's nice, though. The Siblings Bond category gets key plus 1, attack and defense plus 20%. I can think of 1 unit off the top of my head that this will actually really benefit. Gohan and Goten. Sometimes they struggle with key right away until you've used them for a few turns. So that would actually be something that's beneficial to them. Link skills are going to be Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Brainiacs, the Saiyan Lineage, Respect, Cold Judgment, and Shattering the Limit. And the teams that they fit on are Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's Family, and Siblings Bond. What's interesting is that they didn't make this like a dual card, so they're not on joined forces, even though you clearly have Vegeta hanging out here in the card art. It's kind of weird. the Brotherhood Galaga. I mean, everything screams joined forces, but it's just horrible. And then the other character is going to be Gotenks, which they did a really good job with him. The only problem is it has the exact same name of the Gotenks that's going to be coming out next month. That's a Dokkan Fest exclusive, so he kind of gets lost in the fray. Other than that, though, he's actually a decent free-to-play unit. He's a fusion category, key +3, and then he gives the base 50% across the board. He causes supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lowers defense. But his passive skill is nice. It's attack and defense plus 90% when performing a super attack. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when only facing one enemy. It's not bad because that when you do that, you're going to have a chance when you launch the super attack because his super attack lowers defense. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 40% when the target's in the defense down status. So if you get the super attack, you lower the opponent's defense if it's able to. Then if you get a medium chance to launch another super attack, then you're going to make sure you're going to get extra attack and defense. That's not bad. Saiyan warrior race, the Saiyan lineage, innocence, shocking speed, fused fighter, over in a flash, which I thought was interesting, and shattering the limit. I think this is the only Gotenks card that's just a base Gotenks or even a Super Saiyan Gotenks that has over in a flash. Most of the time that's saved for Super Saiyan 3s. The only other character that's really had that's been the old Gogetas are the ones that have it. That's what's weird about it, because none of the other Gotenks in the game have that. So you're going to have to link him up with a Gotenks of some sort, or a Gogeta, I mean. So this would be a good one to put with the Gogeta from the movie, the Broly movie event. He fits on categories of fusion, hybrid Saiyans, youth, and special pose. Special pose we'll get next month when this same card basically comes out in the Dokkan Fest exclusive. And then the last but not least, the thing that's going to be coming out, and this is something that you guys need to do. I recommend you doing it just because it's a good way to get some more hidden potential stuff for your characters. And these are all absolutely free, and they can be used on any character that has these characters' names in their title. But this is a stronger than ever super training of Goku's family. It's an event that's really simple, really quick. All it does is it's going to be just a quick fight where you're going to be able to get, after you do it so many times, you're going to be able to get special orbs to be able to give any Goku, Gohan, or Goten, so that you guys can level up. Like there, for example, right here, you get clear the stage once. You're going to get a super attack skill orb that you can use. That's only going to be specific to certain characters. They go all the way up to level 4s. They're silver, so it's not that bad. You can put them on any unit. The only downside to this is that you actually do have to have Goku, Gohan, or Goten in each one of these stages. You can't do the event unless you have them with you. And the only way you can enter this event is by getting these keys, which the keys are given to us when we do the game, or when we log in. So there's an upside to it, but also a downside, I guess. But if you want to look at these skill orbs, that what they do is they're super attack raises, so you can be able to give a Goku, Gohan, or Goten card any one that you want to. It doesn't have to, as long as it is one of those named characters, you can attach them to them. It's a silver slot, like I said, so you're not using anything crazy. But it's a good way to help out with some lesser used cards that you might have that you don't want to have to focus too many like crits and additionals or evasions into. So it's not bad. It's just free to play. So definitely grind these up if you have the chance to do that. If you don't have these cards, there's a couple summoning events that are coming that might be able to give that to us. I think there's another summon or Dokkan Fest that's coming up. Well, not Dokkan Fest, but there's another summoning that you can do to be able to get Goku family units or Savior units. So they're definitely going to be on there. Anyway, guys, that's going to be today's video. Again, if you guys like the content, if you like the discussion, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to take a look at this Gohan. I'm going to be summoning for him. There's going to be some summoning videos, and there's going to be the face cam using it this time. And you guys will be able to see the wife live and in person. And maybe the doggo. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. That's going to be today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Thanks, guys.